Okay, we're going to start today. So what we're going to be talking about today, what we're going to be speaking about today will be more on protection, what to do with protection, how protection works with mediumship, how it works with connection to mediumship. And really what I want to go into is that there's so many different ways to protect yourself in your mediumship, doing this type of work. Whether you're a healer, whether you're a medium, you're an empath, whatever you have, the gifts, the vibrations within your life, and how to protect yourself. And I always have people that tell me, oh, I'm going to do sea salt, and I'm going to do smudge, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And they have all these little rituals they go through to protect themselves. And one of the first things that we should understand when we go in protecting ourselves, into protecting ourselves from the spirit world, the connection to the higher energies, the higher vibrations, is our thinking, or what we're thinking in our lives. Because it's what we're thinking, what we're putting in motion, is what we have to be afraid of. Not spirit, not the connection to the spirit world, but what we're putting out. If we tell our higher self, oh, I'm just so afraid of spirit, I'm just so, oh my God, then you've already put that energy, it has gone out ahead of you into the spirit world. Then you're already putting that energy out that you're afraid. You don't know what you're going to look at. You don't know what's going to affect you, what's going to propel itself within your life. So you have to ask yourself, okay, start understanding what you're thinking when you're doing the work. It's not where you're going, it's where you're thinking you're going when you do the work. So if you believe that your guides, your 10 to 15 guides that follow you, are there to protect you, to guide you and protect you on the spirit world, you kind of really have an understanding that you have these guides and these family members and these people in the spirit world that are there to help you, to guide you and protect you as you make your journey. So as long as you, and because you picked them long before you got to this earth plane, so the guides, the people in the spirit world are connected to you. They've been running part of your life, part of your vibration through this whole lifetime. Whether you understand whether you personally understand who they are or where they've come from, you don't have to. All you got to know is that they are there. They're protecting you. I have 10 to 15 guides that have followed me throughout my life, So you have to realize that when you understand that guides are there to protect you. You have a gatekeeper who allows the guards the front of the vibration, which allows people to come in and talk to you. Spirits, people, vibrations to come in and talk to you from the spirit world. So that is your guardian angel, your gatekeeper, your first stop on the road to you is that gatekeeper. So you have them. Then you have people who protect you, guides who are protecting. So you have them. You have a joy guide. You have animal totems. You have different things that are going on in your vibration that help to protect you as you make that journey. So to do a bunch of smudge, I think spirit kind of laughs at smudge. Because smudging an object, smudging a vibration, there's a whole idea of doing that. A lot of people just run through the house, light fire to the end of a smudge stick, and run through the house and try to smudge the whole house, without really understanding that a lot of the vibrations you're doing when you're smudging, or you're using white sage to smudge an object, to smudge a room, to smudge a house. What you're doing with that is you have to enter the room. You have to enter the room and go clockwise, around the room, clockwise, not counterclockwise. Counterclockwise will open the room. You don't want to open the room. You want to close the room and protect it. So you do clockwise around the room to the four corners of the room. You get back to where you started, move into the center of the room, and make a loud noise. That dissipates the energy, any kind of negativity, any kind of energy within that space. Then you move to the next space. Then you move to the next space until all the spaces within that vibration are cleared. But it is clockwise. Clockwise. If you go into a circle, what's going to happen when you go into a circle, or an Indian circle, or a talking stick circle, or any kind of Native American circle, you're going to be standing there in the front of the circle, and what are they going to do? Before you enter the circle, they're going to smudge you. They're going to smudge you before you enter the circle. They're going to do some kind of smudging. So that's going to get you there. But then people do sea salt, and they do sea salt. And sea salt has another whole way of protection and putting things in motion in people's lives. You have to realize that when you sea salt, it's the four corners also. Put a little sea salt, say a prayer, do whatever you need to do in the four corners of the room. And then when you get back to the center part of the room, you're back to the center part of the room, go make a loud noise. That sets a circle of protection. That's for doing the space, but on your own personal space, now you can do some kind of prayer, some kind of protection prayers to protect yourself. But I always tell people when we do mediumship or you're doing something that connects to the spirit world, you have like a code word that you tell yourself to turn it on. So you've told your guides that you're ready to do some kind of work, you're ready to connect to the spirit world, you're ready to allow them to speak to you. Do some kind of code word. I love it when people say, well, I'm just open 24/7. 24/7. Mm-hmm. Well, 24/7 is probably not going to get you to where you need to be. 24/7 is just not it. It's not that vibration of saying, oh my God, I am going to be open 24/7. That's not it. It's just not. It's not in the vibration. You have to realize that you personally, have to set the tone with your guides. Your guides do not set the tone with you. You want to be open 24/7? They'll leave you open 24/7. And people will bother you at 3 o'clock in the morning. Situations will happen constantly throughout the day. You'll have spirits around you constantly talking to you. So if you want to be open 24/7, then that's going to happen. But if you allow yourself to find that connection. Because I have a code word that I say when I open up into the spirit world. And I have a word to tell them when I don't want to see them. I don't want to work. I don't want to have them talking to me. I don't want them everywhere around me. So I have another code word, and I have those 2 words. Now, if I mention any one of those words, they know exactly what I'm looking for. There's no if, buts, or beyond that I said, oh my God, we're not going to do that. So, get a code word when you do your mediumship. That'll help protect you quite a bit because it won't allow just everybody in the whole world telling you yourself that you're open to the whole world. Get on a first name basis with your gatekeeper, your guardian angel, or the guide that protects you. Get on like a name basis. And I have individuals ask me, well, how do I know who my guardian angel is? How do I find that vibration? Go ahead and meditate on it. Meditate on just that guide, that vibration, your gatekeeper, your guardian angel. Meditate on that and see who appears in the meditation, who appears to speak to you through the meditation. Another way you can do that is when you're driving to work, when you're going somewhere. Ask your guides, okay, I'd really like to know who my gatekeeper's name is. Then watch what keeps appearing in your life for that day. For that day, get behind a car, there's Tom on the back of the car. You get to work, somebody introduces himself to you, their name is Tom. You pick up a book, there's a Tom. You turn on a TV set, there's another Tom. Tom keeps appearing. There's a repetition with the name Tom. Very good possibility your guide's name is Tom. Very good. So the question is, you have to ask yourself, be open to allowing Spirit to work with you, but don't be afraid of Spirit jumping on you. I love these Hollywood situations, and Spirit's going to jump on you, Spirit's going to do this. I have some very strong protective guides with me, very strong. So I have a very lot of guides with me, helping me and guiding me through my journey, working with spirit. So I don't really say a lot of protection prayers. I just ask for my highest and best and nothing else. Highest and best and nothing else for me. I'm not asking highest and best for someone else. If I do that, I have no idea what your highest and best is. I have no idea what the highest and best for that is, but I know what mine is. Highest and best for me and nothing else. That's all I tell my guides, because then I know that wherever I'm going into the spirit world, they're going to take me. They're going to maneuver me there and get me where I need to be. So allow yourself to find that journey, that vibration for you. See, spirit is constantly moving on the other side. There are different guides, different things coming in your vibration. When you go into a supermarket or you go into a place of work, you go into a hospital, you go into any place where there is a congregate of people, there are people there walking around that are in the spirit world. And if you are open to the world, you are, oh my God, people in that store that are in the spirit world will see you. They will see that light, that vibration of light that you've sent out around you. And they'll go, oh my God, we like them. And they will follow you out of the store, get in your car, and they will follow you home. Unless you asked only for your highest and best. Your guides will discern them. At the front door, they will discern them before they enter your vibration. But if you tell your guides, oh my God, I just love to have that, your guides will take you there. I've been doing mediumship most of my life. I've had my guide Jeff, who has been my gatekeeper. And I trust Jeff to kind of guide the door and protect the door, not allowing certain things into the vibration. Every once in a while, somebody will get through, they'll get into the vibration and be standing here. And I'll have to deal with the individual. But that's because someone left them here. Someone left them in my vibration. It's not because I propelled them. Somebody left them because they like my house better than where they came from. Especially if you do the work. If you're healing in your home, you're doing mediumship in your home, you're talking to people. I don't care if you're even doing phone readings in your home, if you're doing readings over the phone. When you decide to do that reading in the phone, that spirit, that guide, that situation, that person from the spirit world that's connected to the person you're doing a phone reading with will appear in your office. They personally will know that it's happening, and they will appear in your office. So you have to be protective of your office, protective of the vibration. I explain to people it's all psychometry. It's a vibration of psychometry. Get yourself a stone. Put all your prayers, your different things, and for about a while, for a little bit, hold onto the stone. Put whatever prayers, protection prayers you want in that stone. Put them all in that stone, that vibration. Clear quartz works the best. Stones, put your prayers in there. Put that stone in your pocket. Keep it with you. It'll put a circle of protection around you. If you need extra protection, in your vibration, do that. But it's where your thoughts are. So if you go in meditation and you go, oh my God, I don't know. No, you don't do that. You stop meditating for a little bit to get your thoughts under control. The vibration is still with connecting to the spirit world. If you go, well, boy, I'm going to go there. You don't go there. You don't participate there. It's like going into town at 3 o'clock in the morning and wandering through the worst part of town at 3 o'clock in the morning. Probably not going to do that. You're not going to do that. But sometimes people that deal in this kind of work, that's what they do. They go driving through the worst part of town at 3 o'clock in the morning, beeping their horn, and trying to attract something. No. Get quiet. Because mediumship is a connection to all of your guides, connection to every one of your guides. And the 10, the 15 that follow you, the physicians, the alchemists, the gatekeepers, the guardian angels, the vibration, the master teachers, the runners, the message bearers, the different people that follow you to help you with your work that you decided to work. let's say let's say in this lifetime, your whole energy field is the attorney. Now, in your office, you're going to have all these people that are going to do legal work, research, different things, in that kind of field. And that's where they're going to be. A lot of the energy in your auric field will be there because that's the spiritual work you're supposed to be doing. Now, if you decide you're going to be helping people that are crossing over, different things like that, you'll probably be more in a medical state, something to do with people getting records, different things in that vibration, a whole different vibration. So it's where you are. If you're an empath, you're going to feel people, you're going to sense their energy, you're going to feel the vibration just by getting up close to someone. So it's a whole different vibration of the type of people that are going to be working with you to help you, to guide you in that situation. When I do trance, I don't have the vibration there with me when I'm in the trance state with Lucerne, because in the trance state, I've got Lucerne and his guides and his people that follow Lucerne. They are protecting me because I'm in a different realm. I'm in a different vibration than I was if I'm just doing mediumship. I'm with Lucerne. I'm with his group. So his group will totally protect me from where I am. When I was a kid, my mother used to sit with me and meditate. And she used to tell me, she said, "Oh, leave the light on, Lou, because someone could cut our silver cord, and we will not make it back to our bodies." And as a small child, I was, really? Why are we going? Why are we going there if they're going to cut our silver cord? Why? But then I kind of learned from other teachers, other people, that we're constantly connected to our body. We're constantly connected to our situation. No one on the spirit side of life is going to cut our silver cord. They're not going to cut it. They're not going to snap our cord and keep us on the other side before our time to leave and get to there is up here. Because we have to finish the work. We have to finish whatever work we need to do on this earth plane before we're able to leave the earth plane. We have to finish the work, finish the vibration that we were sent here to do here on the earth plane. So someone's not going to cut our cord. When I go to the spirit world, when I leave my body and I have that connection, I can see my body. I'm still connected to it. I don't see a silver cord, some kind of long little white light attached to my body. I just see my body. I see where I am. I see my vibration. And I'm always can be pulled back into my vibration because I still have control of the body. The body doesn't let it lay over there, and I have no control over it. I can always pull myself back to the body. I can always take myself back there. So believe that you are protected, connected to the spirit world. We have that idea that we're taught these things, and you go, "Oh my God, Lou, I need that kind of protection. I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that. I need to spray myself with holy water. I need to throw something over my right shoulder. I've got to wear a certain type." Really? And I've noticed people do these little rituals, rituals. We used to have a woman here come to do readings out here in Casadega, and she used to do this little weird little dance up on the platform. Do this little weird little dance before she got ready to do work. And we used to all sit there in the audience and watch her. And it was just the weirdest looking thing that she would do. But that she would do that that she thought that was going to protect her if she did that. But maybe that's what she needed. She needed that. She needed that vibration. But the rest of us were looking, going, "Nope, we're not going to do that. That's not what we're going to do." And that's why I explain to people, don't follow a path for your highest and best, my highest and best, and nothing else. If somebody else is doing some kind of protection situation, and you're kind of rolling your eyes and looking at it very much, "Oh my God," that's not what you should, just because the individual says you should do that. You should put that in motion in your life. You should do that. I think there's a lot of ways to protect yourself. The first way, the utmost way in our lives to protect ourselves when we do the spiritual work, is to get our mind thoughts under control. Figure out where we're going, what we want to see, what we want to do, who we want to communicate with, and that's what we want to do. We want to get our thoughts under control. Remember, they're not going to drag you any place that you haven't thought that you want to be there. They're not going to take you on a trip. You're not going to get a car. They're going to drive you to a certain place that you didn't want to visit. No, they're going to take you exactly where your thoughts are. The best exercise people can do in mediumship is to get themselves quiet. Get quiet. Just meditate, get quiet for a few moments. Then ask yourself a question out loud, voice. Ask yourself a question. Then get quiet right after the question. Once you ask the question and you get quiet, what is your inner voice, that inner voice within your being, telling you? What is it telling you? So if you ask a question and that voice inside of you go, oh no, oh my God, oh no, and that voice is running itself wild inside of you, that is the inner voice, that subconscious voice that spirit hears. They hear that. They hear that subconscious voice. And that is the voice you have to get under control. You have to get that under control, because that voice is talking. It is conveying a message. If you get into a room and you go, oh, I don't like this, I don't like this room, and that voice behind you going, oh yeah, that's just terrible in here, it's just awful in here, it's just terrible in here. That is what your guides are going to hear. And it's not going to get like this bright light and, oh my God, beautiful, awesome energy. It's just going to get a little bit more negative as you get further and further into this situation. So get your thoughts under control, the vibration of thoughts, the connection to higher senses of consciousness first, before you start doing some kind of spiritual work. I love it. I teach classes out here. Some people take classes with me a couple of weeks, 3, 4 weeks. All of a sudden, they're the best medium in the whole world. Then they're going to go put a shingle out. Then they put the shingle out. Then they start doing readings. Then they want to ask me, why isn't it working? Why isn't the readings working? Why isn't this working? Why are they feeling all this energy around them? Because you never quite worked at it. When you do the work, watch what's going on with you. What's happening in and around your vibration. You can tell your guides, I don't like that, stop it. Move them, stop that. Your guides will listen to you. A lot of people just ask in their head, it has to go through all your filters. Your whole system in your body is like a bunch of pool filters. It has to go through the bottom filter, goes through every single filter within your vibration till it finally gets out into the spirit worlds, and your guides go, oh, okay, you want that. And that's not exactly what you wanted, but that's what your spirit guides heard. Saying it out loud, the spoken word. And my grandmother used to always tell me, the spoken word is what the Great Spirit hears. It is not the word that you say in the quiet corners of your being. It is the spoken word that your spirit guides hear. So when you talk out loud to your guides will hear you. They will know exactly what you're saying. It's the spoken word that you need to say. When Ruiz did the 4 agreements, be impeccable with your word. It is the impeccable with your word, and what I got from that whole one of the agreements was, it was not impeccable word of what you were actually saying at this moment. It was what was going on inside of you. What that whole vibration was going on inside of you. What were you telling yourself? What was your inner being having the conversation? What was that conversation that was going on behind the scenes? That's what you have to quiet. That's what you have to move and reorganize and reset and work at. And sure, it's going to take time. It doesn't go like 2 minutes, I've got it, Lou, I'm done, I'm finished. I'm still working on quieting that voice, quieting that vibration, pointing it in the right direction, getting it to where it needs to be. We all have our moments that, oh my God, that voice just takes off. And it's like a car out of control. And then we have to kind of reel it back in, reassess, redo, re-envision. But once you get kind of a handle on it, the voice will work with you. It'll work when you say something. When you ask your guides for something, say, you know, I'd really like to have this. And your thought is maybe your thought is about health. I'd really like to be healthy. I'd really like to be healthy. But when you close your eyes for a moment after you say that, your whole inner voice is going, oh, I'm so sick. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. I'm so sick. I'm probably going to die. You know, the doctor said I was going to die. Oh, my God, it's just awful. It's just, that is the voice that is being programmed within your being. So allow yourself to quiet the voice. Then, once you get that, you never really quite get that whole vibration down, but kind of get it under control. Then, find something that it's all psychometry. Whether you're doing readings, you're doing all this stuff, it's all psychometry. It's the energy of your being, of your vibration, or the energy of the space that you've entered into, which affects you. You can walk into a space, and your first thought is, oh my God, the energy in here is just terrible. It's just awful in here. That is that vibration, that energy, that situations, that psychometry. It's the energy of the space, energy of the object, energy of the whatever's around the vibration. So if you keep doing something that's not fitting the vibration, everybody in the world could tell you that, say, oh my God, that's perfect for you. You go on over there, you go do that. But most of the time, if you just listen when you're into a situation, when I do readings, the question is I will know, consciously or subconsciously, I will know that the reading's not working. I'm not really connecting to the individual. And no matter how hard I would love to help them, love to do the reading, I can't bring my vibration to that. It's not where I need to go. It's just my guides have stopped me. And if you listen to yourself, you'll notice when the drawbridges come up, I can force myself and try to jump to the other part of the bridge, or I can just stop and just wait. Because if you don't, it doesn't work. It doesn't fit the vibration. So listen to yourself. Listen to your journey. Listen to the connection of protection. Because when you protect yourself, you are definitely protected. I've been doing this work since I've been 4 years old, and I've never once protected myself. Through all the years I've done this work, I've asked for my highest and best and nothing else. I've worked on getting my thoughts together. Sure, I've had some attachments and things going on around me, but my guides have kind of ushered them off into another room. So you have to realize that when I was doing a reading one time, many years ago, I had a lady enter my office. And when she entered my office, there was this guy that entered the office with her from the spirit world. He had this black coat on, little black hat on, and he walked up behind her. And he had this big green nail. It was green. It was like almost a hook nail. And through the reading, I was reading this lady, and I was talking to her and reading her, and I could feel this nail on my shoe. And every time I look up at him, he'd go, I'm going to kill you. I'm going, really? Okay. So now I could have just like, oh my God, this is crazy. But I knew I had Jeff. Jeff's about 6'6", long black hair. He's a pretty good sized guy. Jeff looked over my shoulder at that moment and goes, oh, he wants to tussle, does he? Oh, okay. Haven't had a good fight for a while. Okay, wants to tussle. And Jeff kind of ushered this guy away from me. Got him to stop rubbing my shoe with his little nail. Got him backed over in the corner. And the guy stopped. And Jeff was looking. I could see my guide looking at him going, you need to quit. You need to stop. And then when I finished the reading, I asked the lady, and she was doing some kind of really crazy rituals and different things in her life. And she had attracted this guy. And she wanted to know why there were some things happening in her life that weren't really up to par. And I explained to her who this guy was. And then when the light bulb went off in her head about some of the things that she was doing in her rituals, and she was going, oh, I attracted him. I said, you did, because you allowed yourself to go to that part of the store. And once she started telling her guides, you need to stop. You need to get that person away. The energy cleared. It took her about a month and a half to clear the energy, but she called me and said, Louis, the energy's gone. I saw her months and months later, and the guy was no longer there with her. That energy following her down the street. If most people knew what was following them down the street, when I look at them and I see what's following them behind them, someone would go, oh my God, Lou, oh my God, oh my God. Really, if you asked your guides to protect you, you know that they're protecting you. You have guardian angels, archangels, guides, protectors, people that are working with you. If you know that they're protecting you, not like you leave your guard down and say, well, I'm just going to go over to that house over there. I know there's a mass murder over there, but I'm going to go over there anyway. Same thing, I have friends of mine that will go to a spirit hunt or a ghost hunt, and they'll take an old Ouija board with them, sit in the middle of a mental hospital where all these people had all this pain and all this anguish and all this craziness going on, and try to work with a Ouija board. I think come out of the house with stuff attached to them and wondering why they got attachments. They put themselves there. The vibrations. I had a client ask me a year or so ago, said, Louis, I have a spirit in my house. Spirit's running around my house with a knife. It's trying to cut me. Could you please come over and get rid of the spirit? No. Spirit is in your house at this point. It's not in mine. I'm not coming over so the spirit can see my light and follow me home. Then I have to fight with it for a week or so to try to get it out of my home. I'm not going there. I'm not going there in the vibration. And really, when you do this whole situation, people want you to clear things for them, do some kind of protection situation for them. I can walk in your house. I can clear the energy. I can clear the vibration. But I'm not the one that caused the vibration to be there. I'm not the one that caused it to be in your home. The one that has to get rid of the spirit, the one that actually has to vacate the premises from the spirit, is the person who actually is living with it. If the spirit is in your home, it is your spirit. It is your energy, your vibration, your situation that you put in motion. The only way that spirit's leaving that space, and when you consciously and subconsciously say, get out, then the spirit will leave. It's only then will the spirit leave. We have this whole thing of thinking, oh my God, someone's going to come in with a magic bullet and get rid of something for me. That's not it. What will happen is that spirit will stay there. Sure, I can go in a house, any ghost hunter, any spirit detective, anybody can go in the house and clear the energy. Clear it. But the person just goes outside, sits underneath a tree, and waits till we all get in our car and drive away. As soon as we drive away, the spirit comes back in home. Comes right back in the house, because the energy in the house had not changed. Energy goes back to where it was. So if you're wanting to get rid of something, save you a lot of money, figure out how, put some sea salt in the four corners of the house. Back in the day, they used to plant bay plants at the four corners of the house. Bay plants. So if you put a bay leaf with a little bit of sea salt in the four corners of your house, go clockwise around the house, but go to the four corners of the house and do a blessing. I used to do that, especially when I have a home. I go to the four corners of the house and I go on the outside of the house. I dig a small little hole, not too big, a little small hole in the four corners of the house on the outside. I drop a bay leaf, some sea salt in the hole. I say a prayer. I go clockwise around the home. I seal the hole on the outside of the house, and that puts a circle of protection around my home. If I'm having a lot of trouble within the house, someone's dropped something here that the energy is kind of hard to get rid of, I'll do that. That kind of clears the vibration of energy for that. But really, we're just really talking about doing the work. And the work consists of a lot of things, whether you're ghost hunting, you're out shooting orbs in the middle of a cemetery, you're doing readings, you're doing healings, you're doing some kind of impasse situation for people. Whatever you're doing, whether you're doing automatic writings where Spirit's using you to write things on a pamphlet, whatever is happening as far as the mediumship or the work you're doing, that is protection you need. Because once you leave a door open or a light on, Spirit sees that. The energy, the vibrations you're putting out into the spirit world is what Spirit sees. You send out a notice of protection, a guidance, a strong vibration of energy, your guides will see that. But if you're afraid, I'm telling you, Spirit has a sense of humor. They will scare you to death if you want them to. I used to have a medium friend of mine from England. She used to come here. She used to stay at the hotel here in Casadega. She's afraid of spirits. I said, "Oh my God, you deal with spirits, but you're afraid of them. Oh my." So she got in her room. So, special guy I am. I waited till she was asleep, and I was outside her room, and I'd go, "Are you sleeping, Pat?" And I was doing that through the door, and you could hear the medium in the room. She woke up, and she goes, "Spirit, are you there?" And the group of us, had so much fun that night because she was so scared that the spirit was going to come into her room. And we laughed when she finally found it was us. She got a little perturbed that it was us. But we laughed because she was so afraid that spirit might get up next to her. But she was already opening the door to talk to the spirit world. But she was so afraid that they might wander in. But it's the question of mediumship. It's where your vibration is, how far you want to raise your vibration. Connection. Now, if you want to work at your mediumship haphazardly in your vibration, then you'll stay pretty much at a level. Think of a level in the spirit world as a lot like this world. Just a lot like this world. Just a lot like this world. So you leave this world, there are spirits in that world that are still going about the same business, the same vibrations they were in this world vibration. This world, just a little bit different. But it's not a lower energy. It's not at the highest energy you can be. So these are people that are not, I don't want to say stuck, but they're there, closer to the earth plane, closer to the vibration of the earth plane. So if you only will get that far with your mediumship, these are the people that you will bring into your vibration. Some of the energy that you bring in your life probably might not be as true and as good as it should be, because that is the energy you're at. Then you raise to a different vibration, a different part of the energy field. And once you get there, then the energy field starts to get higher vibrational spirits, higher connected spirits. And the higher and higher you go, you get to an energy field that is very extremely powerful. But it's the levels of the spirit world that you get to. So if you're dealing with energies here, then start to get your mind thought under control. Start to meditate. Start to work at your vibration. Start to work at your energy field. And then start to raise your energy. Start to raise the vibration. Because when you raise your vibration, we have our gatekeeper who will stay with us throughout our lives. They will stay with us throughout our lives. So, but the other guides can change. So you might end up with a guide that's probably at a certain level in the spirit world, hasn't got much past that, but they're your guide. They're that vibration you picked when you entered this earth plane. But as you walk this plane, while you walk this energy in this earth plane, doesn't mean you have to keep the guides that you picked when you first got here. You could raise your vibration high enough to change that guide, to move to a higher level, a higher vibration, a higher connection. That's really why we're all here. We're not here to stay at one level, live this life, and depart this lifetime and stay at the same exact level. That's not what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to move to a different level. And through believing that you have all these guides, these protectors, these people in your life to help you, you got to remember that they are there to help you, to guide you, not to stop you. Your guides don't stop you. They don't stop you. They will warn you and you walk the path. They will tell you, please don't go there. That's not good for you. It doesn't work for you. Don't go there. But if we continuously try to get to that part of the path, Your guides will finally just give up and say, go ahead, we've warned you, we've told you not to go there, go ahead. And down the path we'll go, we'll come back to the path. Guides haven't moved. They're on the same place of the path that you left. You'll eventually get back to that same space. That's why we have deja vu, things, oh my God, I've done this before. This, oh my God, I'm in the back thing. You've entered the place where you left. Your guides will dust you off. They'll say, okay, we told you that wasn't good. Now let's try this again. Let's move down the path again. We all have these roads in our lives, these paths in our lives that we take. Higher ground, lower ground, same, doesn't matter. We take them. And we get to choose. That's our free will and choice. See, our destinations in our lives are picked. They've already been picked long before we got here. Where are we going to end up? How places we're going to live? Different things that's going to happen in our lives. Because we have to help people. We have to encourage people. We have to move near people. We have to let people cross our paths. Different things in our lives. So Spirit's got to move us or move them to get them to us. So there's a lot of movement going on to get people to where they need to be so they can affect others. But the destination where you're supposed to be does been picked. How you arrive, the journey, that is what you get to pick. It's how you arrive at the vibration. Has the same thing to do with mediumship, with protection. It's how much energy you put into the vibration will get you to that level of the spiritual. It will get you to that connection. You can go to the spirit world running through the haunted forest with the flying monkeys. Or you can drive in a convertible, driving down towards the Emerald City. Choice is our vibration. Choice of how we do our mediumship. So figure out what works for you, what fits the vibration for you, what connects to you. Do that. But if you need a tool, something to help you, find a tool that works for you. Don't think, oh, Lewis said I should have a crystal and I should do that. No. You might want some kyanite. You might want another stone might work better for you because it works better for your energy field. Maybe a moonstone. Maybe something else will work better for you. Citrine works for higher vibration, connection to higher senses of consciousness. Maybe you're going to find some citrine. Maybe you're going to do that. I don't know. It's what works for you. Just because somebody tells you, walk this way. I always had a trouble with that with mediumship because I don't work, and most people don't work the same way as somebody else. We don't get the same information the same way. We don't get it the same way. We can't walk that way. We have to walk our own walk, our own talk of how we achieve our mediumship, how we achieve this connection to spirit. It's our walk. All we got to do is read books and look at the signs and different things down the path, but it is never the exact same for everyone else. It's exactly the opposite of that. Everybody walks the path differently. So how you protect yourself is probably a lot of your upbringing. When I first started this business, when I was young, my grandmother used to attend, one of my grandmothers used to attend Catholic church. There was holy water in the back of the church. So I'd fill up little bottles of holy water. I'd also fill up a little squirt gun so we could have little wars. But I'd fill up these little bottles of holy water, and I'd put the holy water on my hands, and I'd rub it on my hands. So I felt by rubbing the holy water on my hands, my grandmother did it, she did it, so I thought that that would probably be something that I should do to protect myself. But it's what I thought I needed. I thought I needed at that point. I said, my grandmother did this stuff, so maybe I should do this. And we pick up a lot of things from our family, our vibration. If you have families running around the house with a bunch of smudge sticks, you're probably going to try to protect yourself with smudge. Or you've been attending a lot of events that have smudge. You're probably going to smudge yourself to do a lot of smudging to clear the energy, to clear the vibration. Then there's all the affirmations, the vibrations of clearing the vibration also. It's what actually has been done in your life. It's what you've experienced, what you've been taught. Is what you believe in, what you connect to. It's not what you are supposed to connect to. It's what you brought across the path you picked, the vibration you chose, brought that information into your work field. Now you think, oh my God, I should probably do that. But I I want to tell you what the protection in this work. Do what works for you, not because somebody on some stage somewhere said, that is how you protect yourself. Look at it, understand it, figure out if it works for you. And you don't want to look too crazy from the audience if you're doing something on stage. You don't want to be so outlandish up there that it is just craziness. Make sure you don't look too out of the world outworldly into the vibration. So the question here is find something that works for you. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go through a few things that actually could work and make you feel vibration. Get a little small bag. Put some sea salt in it, put a bay leaf in it. Small little plastic bag. Say any prayer you want. You can say any prayer you want. Lord's Prayer, any prayer. You can say an affirmation. You can say whatever you want with that bag in your hand. Then place the bag somewhere in your person. Somewhere in your person. Put in your desk at work. Put in your person. Puts a circle of protection around you. It does. Allows your guides to feel that energy and that vibration around you. So some people find that works very well. Very comfortable for them. Very comfortable for their situation. Now you can do it in your home too, with the four corners. Put a bay leaf, put some sea salt, say a prayer, go around clockwise, protect your whole house, protect the vibration. A lot of people say that works. You can smudge your house, but smudging a house is not like doing everything else. Smudging a house is doing one room. Go clockwise to the room that is when you walk in the house, wherever you are walking in the house with that smudge stick. Go clockwise. Do that room. Leave that room. Go to the next room. Go to the next room. Go to the next room. And clear the house that way. Don't go running through the house like the house is on fire. Go to each room. Do clockwise within the room. Make a loud noise. Leave and go to the next room. That clears the energy and the space. You can use crystals. Different types of crystals to clear the energy. Different crystals have higher vibrations. Kyanite has a very high vibration. Jeffrey crystals, different crystals have higher vibrations than other stones. So you can pretty much clear the energy in a space by having crystals in the space. Crystals. But I explain when I do crystals, I tell people to use crystals for protection. Remember, you can't stick every crystal that's on the shelf in your pocket, because all crystals have different vibrations, different meanings, and different energies. So allowing yourself, if you do hematite in your pocket, and you're wearing a big bracelet or something up on your shirt or something, and it's of amethyst, amethyst is going to uplift you, hematite is going to ground you. So if you have both those energies in your vibration at one time, it jerks the vibration. It makes the vibration vibrate, but not in a really extremely powerful way. Because now you've allowed yourself to put all these stones in your pocket. I love when people say, I've got all these stones. Really? They're my protection stones. Really? You got a lot of stones in there that are just fighting against each other. We're having a little war in your pockets. So you're not really doing anything with the stones because you're having a little war in your pocket. So look at the stones you pick. Really good instance with stones. Try to pick colors that are for the same hue. And go by your chakras. White, indigo blue, lavender, green or pink, yellow, orange, red. Go by your chakras. Do groups of stones that are by that vibration. Works about the best if you're going to put them in your system. Put them around your being. So, stones work. They do. They work. You get a large cluster of crystals. You can clear other stones. You can clear stuff while you're setting it on the crystals. So stones do work. It's the little notes, little things, little post-it notes that you put around the house to change the energy, change the vibration of the house. And as you see them, you repeat them. You put a sign, a little post-it note above the mirror in the morning when you get up. Say, this house is blessed. This house is awesome. This house is protected. You put another note by the refrigerator. It's got the same thing on it. You say it again. You keep saying that affirmation, that vibration, till the energy within the house changes. You say it too around yourself, doing affirmations. Out of all these years, I still do affirmations. I still do this connection of affirmations in my life to clear the energy, to clear the vibration, to clear it. We can't really choose. We can choose who goes into our life, but sometimes we cross paths with people that just twist every nerve within our being. And we've crossed paths. And I always explain to people there's a reason why that person has entered your life. There's a reason why you're on this part of this journey. Either to get your attention, for a change in the journey, to point you in a different direction, or to show you something in your life that you personally need to get rid of, or you need to move. So no matter if something's going wild or crazy in your life, ask yourself, does that work for you? Does it work for you? Ask yourself, does it work for you? Not because people are telling you it should work for you. Does it work for you? Does it fit the vibration for you? I go all over the place to teach, to instruct, and sometimes I'll just sneak in and I'll listen to people work. People do, the public mediumship, the public work. And you'll watch them work. You'll watch the little quirks that they have to get themselves out of the way so they can work with spirit. But a lot of the times they're trained this stuff that just throws them off balance. And when you do this work, you have to set the rules. You have to set them. You can't let spirit set them, because if you allow them to set the rules, then after a while in your mediumship or your healing work or whatever you're doing, it's going to become a habit. It's going to be a habit. And once the vibration that you have in your life becomes a habit, it's awful hard to get rid of it. It's awful hard. That's why when you're doing this work, you have confident people with you, confident people that will listen to you, that will help you, that will encourage you, and tell you the truth. So if they see you doing something, you go, and they go, that doesn't look good. Then you listen to them, because they see you at a different vibration, a different level, a different vibration. Because you see yourself doing this, but they see you out here. So allow yourself to listen, work with people that have a good sense of your being, to see if you're doing it right, if you're doing it right, if you're connecting to a higher source. See, everything about mediumship, healing, is a gift from God. It's a gift from the higher realms of the spirit world. Who follows us, who propels themselves in our lives, is what we decide what we want to go shopping for. Who we want to be with us. Our little gang heading into the store. These are our people. These are my peeps. These are my people that I picked. So if you're looking around you going, no, this isn't working for me, this isn't quite connecting to my vibration, then ask yourself, connect to your sense of consciousness of where you personally need to be. Because Spirit has this whole vibration in your life, is if you really want to work with mediumship, oh my God, Spirit will come they'll come dancing towards your vibration. It'll be like a conga line towards your vibration, as long as they know that you really want to work with them. And they will start bringing people and events in your life to help you. But believe that they're there to help you. Believe that they're there to guide you and protect you and take care of you. It's only when you get that doubt in your system, doubt. If you're doubting something, or you're doubting your work in spirit, take some time for yourself. Don't do the spiritual work right away. Don't do it. Take some time to reassess, re-envision the energy. Don't just keep doing it, because then it becomes a habit. Then pretty soon you'll get down the road, a couple, 3 years down the road, and go, oh my God, this isn't working for me. Then, because no, you've done it for so long, now it's become this habit. Then it's so hard to try to break it. I've worked with mediums most of my life, and there are some mediums that have these habits, these terrible habits in their vibration of how they connect to spirit, how they work with spirit, and it's not really extremely working for them. But it's the habit is too hard to beat. I have a lady that does readings, and her habit through her life was okay. Through a reading, through a vibrational reading, as she will talk to you about a reading, she will say okay. Probably within a 20, 30-minute reading, she would have told you okay probably 100, 150 times. It's a habit. It's a habit. And for her to break the habit, she's been doing this now for 20, 30 years. So the habit is already in flux within her being. So she's not going to be able to break that, no matter what she does now. It's very hard to break it. So if you're doing protection in your life, some kind of protection in your life, find what works for you, what fits the vibration for you. What does. That should be your first point. Get quiet within your life. Get quiet. Ask yourself out loud, I like this. Then listen to yourself, what your inner voice, that inner working within your being is telling you. Get your both voices, get your talking voice and your inner voice on the same level, on the same vibration, on the same level. If you don't, what happens is it just doesn't, we don't move. You don't lose ground. I don't feel like people lose ground. You just don't move. You kind of walk in place until you eventually get both voices moving in the right direction. It's like putting the car in gear. Once both voices are in the same motion, you shoot down the road. If not, you kind of sit in place. You might move two steps forward, one step back, but you don't move a lot down the road. If you're doing some kind of healing work or blessing others with your presence, awesome, awesome. But find what works for you. When I teach healing, I don't teach you one modality of healing. I don't. I want you to learn as many modalities of healing as you possibly can. Same thing with mediumship. As many modalities of mediumship as you feel like you need to learn that come into your vibration. Once you start the journey, different things will come to your vibration. Doesn't mean you have to do that. It's when you do healing. I'm Reiki Master. I have all these other things I do. Crystal healing, the Buddha Maitreya, the etheric weaver healing, Huna, all kinds of other kinds of healing that I do. Now, I don't protest myself to be one type of healer or not. What I protest myself to be is to be a healer. Because I've taken every one of the healing modalities, moved it in my little ball, and made myself who I am as a healer. What works for me? A lot of stuff with Reiki, a lot of stuff with crystal healing, a lot of stuff with pranic healing, a lot of other things, these different types of healings. Some of it, awesome, I like it, put it in the pile. Some of it, don't like it, probably not going to use that. Doesn't work for me. Might work for somebody else, doesn't quite work for me. Same thing with mediumship. Don't follow a road in your life with mediumship and go, I should do this. Exactly like so-and-so. I had a teacher here in Casadega said, you've got to read like me. I want you to read like me. Well, I didn't stay too long in his class because I couldn't read like him. I would have to strain myself. It's like strain myself. It reminds me a lot when I walk with my wife. I've got a long gait. I'm over 6 foot. A long gait. My wife's shorter. She has a smaller gait. And if I have to stop and hold myself and walk the way she walks, I'll fall over. I can't walk that slow. I can't do it. Just no matter how hard I want to try to walk that slow, I can't walk that slow. It doesn't work. Same thing with mediumship. Find what puts you in your stride. Take from mediumship. When my grandmother and mother taught me how, and different people in my life taught me how to do readings, there was all kinds of readings. I learned how to do rope readings, stick readings, smoke readings, fire readings. I learned how to read teacups. You do coffee barrel readings, Grima readings. I learned tarot. I learned different types of tarot, different types of tarot. I learned I Ching. I mean, it's like, poof. And I can do a lot of these modalities. Do I do them every day? Yeah. But by understanding them, I put them in my being. That way, when that thing appears or something, or symbol appears, tarot card appears, something appears in my vibration, I know exactly what it means. And through the years, through protection, through my grandfather teaching me about the sweat lodge, protecting the sweat lodge, doing different things with smoke, and doing different things with smudge, doing different things with clearing the energy, that set with me. But then I also had my grandmother, who was Roman Catholic. She was going to the church every time, every vibration, and my grandmother would do this whole thing with the holy water and all this stuff. So I would watch that ritual. And I would watch my father as a minister, and he would be doing all these prayers and sitting in prayer and doing prayer and having a prayer room in the house and sitting in prayer and doing that and doing the prayer. So that was going on in my life. Then my mother was spiritualist, so we had this whole vibration of her doing this meditation and clearing energy and doing stuff in that vibration. So I had to take all these modalities that are going on in my life and make what worked for me. And that's what I'm telling you today. Don't follow a path because somebody tells you, you've got to follow that path. That's your journey. No, it's not. Unless it works for you, it's not your journey. It's not your, to tell people, it's not your monkey, not your circus, not yours. Find your own path. Find your own journey. You might reach stones. You might reach something else. You might do something else in your mediumship that somebody else doesn't do. But the people love it because you're very good at it. Find something that you're good at. Find something you're connected to. It works for you. It fits the vibration for you. Don't follow like everyone else. My mother used to tell me you never want to walk behind the crowd because you never know what you're going to step in. Better off being in front of the crowd. At least you're going to see what's ahead of you. So when you're ahead of the crowd or the head of the vibration, you're at least going to see what's coming towards you. Don't take what the other crowd or the crowd is dropped behind them. Take what's the vibration for you. And that's what all protection is. Protection is understanding that you are protected. There's nothing you possibly personally can do unless you completely go crazy in your life and you attract all kinds of negativity and things in your life. Then you can have a little bit of an issue. But if you're asking for your highest and best and nothing else, you're following this path with your mediumship work. But if you want to do your mediumship work, go out to some graveyard where they've dug up some bodies and craziness going on, and you want to sit in the middle of the graveyard because now there's some crazy people in the graveyard, you're going to get some pictures of them, and you placed yourself there without saying highest and best, nothing else for you. But you've gone out there with people who have not protected the circle. That's the whole question with mediumship. People have to protect the circle. If you're in a group, the person bringing the event on or doing the event has to protect it. Has to protect it. But you also do some kind of work for yourself to protect yourself. But the person doing the event should protect it. And if you don't feel good attending the event and you walk in and you feel energy that's not very positive and very good for you, walk away. It means the person who's putting on the event or the situation has not protected the event, has not protected it. So you're actually going to be attracting energy because they didn't protect it for you. So protect yourself, but don't put yourself in a situation that throws your energy completely off. I hope that kind of helped you today about mediumship and protection and different things in the vibration. And I wanted to, because I have so many people tell me they do these weird little dances in their life to protect themselves. You don't. Just tell all your guides to protect you. That's what you picked them for. You didn't pick them just to ride around back there in the back seat. You picked them there to help you, to protect you and guide you. Tell them and be specific. Just ask highest and best, nothing else, and allow your guides to help you and protect you on your journey. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm going to